Now, as people are getting used to Salesforce more and more, be it mobile, be it using it in the inbox like you all, through your great solution, what are some of the best practices that you recommend when people first start rolling it out, or as you see people maybe struggling? What are some of the best practices for sales teams, sales managers to use your solution and Salesforce?
Yeah, I mean, one of the best things that we get involved in is oftentimes we get involved in deals right at the outset as people are just onboarding with Salesforce. And that's a great use case for us and for those customers. For one, they don't have to get trained on Salesforce twice. So, they don't have to get trained on, using Salesforce itself and then get trained on using Cirrus Insight. They, in essence, Cirrus Insight basically becomes Salesforce's front end for them. So they're going to do most of the work that they would be doing in Salesforce in Cirrus Insight. The key to that, and the reason why that's so crucial to driving adoption, is it's sitting right there in the inbox. And so, as you're talking with customers, as you're replying to emails, that Salesforce information is right there in front of them. It makes it really, really easy to get the information into Salesforce and also get the information back out of Salesforce. The awesome thing about it is it becomes a virtuous cycle. So, as customers are using Cirrus Insight and seeing all that Salesforce intelligence right there, they're acting on it, they're being more intelligent about, trying to close deals and talking to customers, then they're incentivized to keep updating that information in Salesforce to make sure that it's up to date so that next time they're having a conversation with a customer that, they've got all that information right there and it continues to be there. Flip side is, it can become a vicious cycle as well. So if you're not getting the data into Salesforce, then, on those rare occasions when you actually go into Salesforce and look for something, if it's not actually there, the data is old or stale, then you have even more of a disincentive to not even bother with Salesforce. So the key is to get people going, from the start and get them to see the value in that so that they're incentivized to keep doing that. And then the other key piece to it, of course, is to make that as painless as possible. So anytime that you can make it easier for people to get that data into Salesforce and work with Salesforce, and that's key. And that's where we're continuing to build out a lot of things that are, more on the automated side. So our calendar sync has always been automated, so it's going to automatically pull your events into Salesforce that you put in your Google or Outlook calendar. We'll be launching most likely this week email sync, so you can configure it to sync all of the emails that you send or receive from leads and contacts into Salesforce. The cool thing that we do, and that sets us apart, is we always try and be smart about how we do it. So you can configure it to sync to Salesforce so that it's going to relate to the lead, the contact, the account, but you can also make it more intelligent. So if you're on the support side, you can have it automatically relate to the most recently updated ticket. Or if you're on the sales side, you can have it relate to your most recently updated opportunity. So that information is making it into Salesforce, but it's also going to the right places so that you can easily find it and identify it.
That's all fantastic information. And would you say, because I have people ask me immediately, what about Salesforce IQ? What about using that? And I was just telling someone the other day, a Salesforce rep even, if you're a salesperson, it may be a good tool. But if you're more than sales, if you have any other interaction with that client, or if you want to use Salesforce in any other way than leads, accounts, contacts, and opportunities, it's not going to work for you. It doesn't have the automation that you just mentioned that Cirrus Insight has. It doesn't even recognize cases or anything else. Was that one of the points you all use when you compare the two?
So yeah, one of my favorite things whenever we're talking to somebody that's comparing Salesforce IQ is to just point them to Salesforce IQ's ideas form, and basically their ideas form and their roadmap is all of the features of Cirrus Insight that they don't have yet. In fact, you see a lot of people on there, saying, "Hey, can you do what Cirrus does?" And it'd be really cool if you did this too. But yeah, it's ironic that it's Salesforce's product, but they don't have the depth of integration with Salesforce that we do. So it's limited to standard fields, standard objects. You don't have the sales productivity and automation stuff that we built out. That's definitely the direction they're going. But in the meantime, we'll continue to innovate and roll out new additional features and products and stuff like that, and continue to stay ahead of them.
That's great. I appreciate that.